People laughed when he said he would move a mountain, but they didn't know the mountain he meant was inside himself. In a quiet village surrounded by tall mountains lived a teenage boy named Evan. Evan was small, quiet, and often overlooked. While other kids played football or raced bicycles, Evan struggled even to carry a sack of rice for his mother. People teased him for being weak, saying, "You can't lift anything. You'll never achieve anything big." But what they didn't know was that Evan carried something heavier than any sack: a dream. He dreamed of becoming the strongest person in the village, not to show off, but so he could help others, especially his widowed mother. One morning, after being mocked again by the village boys, Evan walked to the foot of the largest mountain. He looked up at it and whispered, "One day, I will move a mountain." A shepherd who overheard him laughed. "Move a mountain? You can't even carry your school bag without panting." But Evan didn't reply. He simply smiled and started training. Every day before sunrise, Evan lifted small stones. At first, they were tiny like marbles. A week later, he lifted stones the size of his palm. A month later, he carried rocks as large as his head. People laughed whenever they saw him. Why carry stones? What a waste of time. Go play like normal boys. But Evan kept going. He didn't argue. He didn't explain. He didn't give up. Because deep down, he understood something they didn't. Strength grows quietly. After 2 years, Evan could lift boulders that even grown men struggled with. The villagers stopped laughing. The boys who mocked him now watched in silence. Then one rainy evening, disaster struck. A giant landslide crashed down the mountain, blocking the only road to the village. Trapped behind the debris was an injured farmer, calling for help. The villagers panicked. No one could move the massive rocks in the way. No one, except Evan. Without hesitation, Evan stepped forward. His mother tried to stop him, but Evan looked into her eyes and said softly, "This is the mountain I've been training to move." He gripped the first boulder. His arms trembled, his legs shook, but he didn't stop. Rock after rock, he moved them aside. Minutes felt like hours. His body screamed for rest, but his heart screamed louder. Finally, he cleared a path big enough for the farmer to escape. The villagers cheered. The same boys who once mocked him stared in awe. The shepherd who once ridiculed him approached and said, "I was wrong. You did move a mountain." Evan smiled, exhausted but proud. "The mountain was never the rocks," he said. "It was the doubt, and I carried it until it became strength." From that day on, Evan was known as the boy who carried the mountain. Not because he lifted stones, but because he lifted himself. The greatest mountains you will ever move are the doubts inside your own heart. Consistency beats talent when talent refuses to try. Strength is built quietly, long before the world notices. Thanks you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.